Nashville First Lady speaks out in a vigil held to honor the victim of the Tennessee high school shooting.
And a new plan to invest $24 million to prevent wrong-way crashes is coming to North Texas.
A fun new way to burn calories and spend time with friends. It's called pickleball, and it is all the craze.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Brendan O'Donnell.
And I'm April Prudent. As the country continues to mourn the death of the 6 individuals that were fatally shot this past Monday, a candlelight vigil was held to honor their lives. CNN's Mike Valerio is in Nashville, where the First Lady spoke out.
A candlelight vigil was held in Nashville for the 3 children and 3 adults who were gunned down on Monday.
Our hearts are heavy as we join all of Nashville in mourning the deaths of Evelyn Dykes, Holly Scruggs, William Kinney, Cynthia Peak, Mike Hill, and Catherine Kuntz.
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden attended the ceremony, and earlier, the longtime educator laid flowers at the Christian private school where the adults and children were killed, as family and friends are remembering those they lost.
But I'll tell you, I know as sure as I'm sitting here that Catherine went down protecting those kids.
Her friend, Catherine Kuntz, was head of Covenant Elementary School, remembered alongside Mike Hill, the school's beloved custodian, Big Mike to all the kids, and 3 9-year-old students. Evelyn Dickhouse, her family shattered, her pastor honoring her on Wednesday.
She's amazing, shining light.
Hallie Scruggs, her father, the pastor of the church that runs the school, and their classmate, William Kinney. Substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, who was filling in at Covenant on Monday. She and Catherine Kuntz were both good friends of the wife of Tennessee's governor, Bill Lee.
Cindy and Maria and Catherine Kuntz were all teachers at the same school and have been family friends for decades.
Tensions continue to rise across the nation regarding the issue of gun control.
That's right, April. And the essence of the anger can be felt in this fiery shouting match between 2 congressmen. Just days after the shooting at Nashville Christian School, Congressman Jamal Bowman of New York and Republican Thomas Massie of Kentucky hash out their grievances on Capitol Hill. Take a look.
They have control of the House. The American people need to know that they don't have the courage to do anything to save the lives of children. More guns lead to more death. Look at the data. You're not looking at any data. You're carrying the water from the gun lobby. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Calm down. Children are dying. I know. 9-year-old children. The solution is not arming teachers. That's every school. I was a teacher. I was a school counselor. I was a middle school principal. I was in cafeterias protecting kids every day of my career.
There's never been a shooting. Never been a shooting. It's time. Look, we've got guns here to protect us, and he doesn't believe the kids should have somebody to protect them.
This comes as the leading cause of death amongst children is firearm-related injuries.
Well, Brandon, I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning and it was just super cloudy and gloomy, and the weather just wasn't really nice.
I don't know if there's ever a day I can wake up and actually know what the weather in Texas is going to be like outside.
Yes.
But luckily, we have Victor Denver to give us the first look into weather.
Thanks, y'all. Denver? No, we're actually in Denton. And here we go, looking at our current conditions. We're seeing temperatures of 64 degrees. It's feeling like 62 with 14 miles per hour wind speeds. Now, as you were saying, Texas seems to always be all over the place. And tonight, it's not going to be so different, because looking on later tonight, temperatures are actually going to rise, but then we're going to be seeing some rain and storms later today. Good chance of it. Wind speed is also going to increase, so we're going to be like staying at 69 degrees temperature with 15 miles per hour wind speed. And then looking at tomorrow, we're going to be seeing, again, temperatures increase, 76, feeling like 76. Wind speeds are actually going to increase, so it's going to get a little windier. But then we're also going to be seeing more sun. So, you know, where is this weather going? Well, I'm going to show you later on throughout the week how the weather is going to look even more different. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you so much, Victor. Former President Donald Trump is appealing a court verdict that will require several of his former aides to testify before a grand jury. The grand jury is conducting a criminal investigation into alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 elections. The previous ruling had rejected the former president's privilege claims for multiple former members of his White House committee. This is among several defeats Trump has suffered whilst trying to implement executive privilege claims to prevent the testimony of his former staff.
In other news, close to 1,000 migrants protested at Ciudad Juarez migrant facility, which burned down Monday, causing the death of 39 people. These migrants crossed the border illegally, surrendered to U.S. Border Patrol. They were then bussed away for processing. Mexican authorities have stated that they have identified around 8 people who could be tied to cause of the fire that burned down the facility. Authorities plan to announce the arrest warrants for these individuals, which may include 2 federal agents.
Immigrants continue to migrate north from the border of Mexico, but are they being properly counted when they do gain their citizenship? The 2020 census is getting new information that they possibly are not being counted properly. The findings say that more than 43% of people who identified as Latino or Hispanic on the 2020 census didn't pick a listed race. The census said that close to 8% did not pick an answer, and the rest chose some other race. In a statement, the Bureau says that coincides with previous research. Most of these individuals don't identify with the listed categories. On top of this story, fewer people are identifying with just one race. This number is down by more than 20% since the last census in 2010.
It seems as if every major event is taking place in Arlington this weekend. Stay with us to find out how you can prepare for the traffic that comes with it.
And a Denton resident is taking a deeper look into what makes his hometown so beautiful. More after the break.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my prince.
Not so fast.
This story's going to be awesome.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
Extremely dangerous and take the lives of many every year. TxDOT is addressing the issue by revealing its plan to invest $24 million over the next 3 years to improve road safety in North Texas. Let's take a look at their initiative to decrease the wrong-way crashes.
It's exit ramps like this one that you will see all across North Texas, and what you'll notice is that each one has signs and pavement markers in an effort to signal wrong-way drivers from entering. But despite these efforts, wrong-way crashes are still an unfortunate fear many North Texas drivers have to live with. Sho Williams, an Arlington resident, says he himself has encountered a wrong-way driver. He believes preventative road systems would help.
There's no dollar amount that you can spend that's worth a life. So spend all you can spend, do whatever you got to do, get your research together for the sake of everyone.
According to TxDOT statistics, the number of wrong-way fatalities in the Dallas area stood at more than 15 by the end of last year. That number was more than each full year from 2017 to 2021. Additionally, there were more than 24 deaths within the 4 major North Texas counties in 2022. This puts the number of fatalities last year at a higher number than previous years. In order to prevent these kinds of scenarios, TxDOT began a 5-year pilot program at 24 exit ramps along 2 sections on I-30. In this video by TxDOT, we can see one of those ramps put to the test as a wrong-way driver enters this road, activating one of the detection cameras that quickly turns on its lights and sends a notification to TxDOT's operating center. In a matter of seconds, the driver realizes they are going the wrong way and quickly self-correct. Scott Cooner, an engineer at Texas A&M Transportation Institute, tells us he believes this kind of technology is the future of road safety.
We want to first detect the vehicle, then we want to have some sort of active warning to that wrong-way driver. And the idea with that active warning is to get them to self-correct.
So make sure that you're staying alert on those roads, especially during the much anticipated Taylor Swift concert and the Texas Rangers game. I cannot wait to sing my heart out at that concert, so let's go to Brendan to find out more about those events. Brendan?
Thanks, Regina. Fan Chaos is headed to Arlington this week. Taylor Swift and the Texas Rangers will bring tens of thousands of fans. Swiss Era Tours will play 3 consecutive nights at AT&T Stadium, starting Friday, March 31st. Just down the street, the Rangers open their season Thursday at Globe Life Field, with games set for Saturday and Sunday. Arlington police are urging fans heading to any of these events to come up with a game plan. Heavy traffic is expected all 4 days, but fans heading to the stadium Saturday or Sunday will likely see the most backups. They recommend planning where you'll park ahead of time to make sure you take the most direct route. Drivers may run into street closures or lane closures on their way in and out of the entire entertainment district.
Well, Brandon, it looks like we know how traffic's going to look like this weekend, but not so much on weather, and I'm really curious.
Well, you're asking the wrong person, but luckily, we're blessed to have Victor here again to give us a deeper look.
Thanks, y'all. And Brendan, just for you, the temperature in Denver right now is sitting at 51 degrees. Compared to what we're seeing here in North Texas, that's a little bit colder because here in North Texas, we're getting these mid to low 60 degrees. As you can see right here, Denton, 64, right next to it, McKinney, 65. And it stays pretty consistent like that throughout all of North Texas. Now, looking at the rest of Texas, we're going to be seeing those temperatures increase a little bit. We're going to be seeing Austin and Houston, high 60, low 70. Oklahoma City, though, and Amarillo, they're going even lower than Denton. As you can see, 59 degrees, 61 degrees. And then El Paso, all the way over here, is actually at 72 degrees. So you can see these temperatures kind of vary depending on where you are because, you know, that's just how big Texas is, right? And then looking at the rest of our 7-day here in Denton, we're going to be seeing a bit of a variety. Later tonight, as I mentioned before, we might be seeing some storms. It's a 47% chance, high of 70, low 67. And then tomorrow, we're gonna be seeing AM type of showers here with 81 degrees as a high throughout the whole day. That rain, that possible storm should only be in the morning. It should be a lot more clear later on that night. So if you have those Friday night plans, you should be good to go. Saturday, we're gonna be seeing a lot more sun. It's gonna be a lot hotter that day. Again, because Texas just loves to bring us a new type of weather every single day, right? And then Sunday, we're going to be seeing some storms again, 58% chance, high of 74, low of 60. Then once Monday hits, boom, 89 degrees high, low of 68. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, again, we're just going to be seeing a lot more sun. Just that rain's going to go nowhere. Otherwise, that's it for y'all's weather for this weekend. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Victor. If you're a constant emoji user, you're in luck because new emojis are coming your way. Apple has included 21 new emojis in its latest iOS update. Among them are a jellyfish, a pea pod, ginger, a hair pick, and maracas. That brings the total number of available emojis on Apple devices to more than 3,600. Local Denton photographer Mike Ferrari is set to release This Is Denton, which he claims will be Denton's first all-medium format film photography book. The 80-page book will have photos from well-known buildings around Denton. However, Ferrari said they won't be scenes of the typical tourist spots. The photos in his book will be more of a reflection of how he sees Denton as a whole. Ferrari said that idea and inspiration for making the book came from seeing locals' support and appreciation for everyone around the city. The online store will open in a few weeks to take pre-orders for the book and give a sneak peek of a few pages and the book's cover. Follow Ferrari on Instagram at MikeFilmStash for updates.
Coming up, NASA records one of the brightest and most powerful space explosions in history and the effects that come with that.
And pickleball is taking the world of exercise by storm. All this and more coming up next on ntTV.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my friends.
No sofás.
This story is going to be awesome.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
Everybody knows about satellites and spaceships, but have you heard about the boat in space? NASA is studying one of the most powerful classes of explosions in the universe. This particular one is being called the boat, brightest of all time. Tuesday, the space agency announced it clocked a gamma ray burst back in October of last year that was unlike any other. Scientists say the pulse of intense radiation was so exceptional that it blinded most of the gamma ray instruments in space. They believe a gamma ray blast like this one is so rare it only happens once in every 10,000 years. It triggered numerous detectors on spacecraft and observatories around the globe, on the International Space Station, and even Voyager 1 in interstellar space. Astronomers believe gamma ray bursts come from the formation of black holes. NASA's James Webb and Hubble space telescopes searched for the supernova that usually follows long bursts, but they believe the entire star was swallowed up by the black hole instead of exploding.
So I've recently been hearing about people talking about this sport named pickleball. Regina from our health segment has the inside scoop on what it's all about. Regina?
Yes, April, it has been all the craze lately, and it's a mix of both tennis and ping pong and has been proven to be a great way to stay healthy and get an aerobic, stress-free workout for all ages.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I must know more about it.
Yes, it is absolutely worth giving a shot, and I was able to talk to a group of boys this week that play pickleball every week together, and they were telling me how it's becoming a staple for their weekly cardio workout. Check it out.
All right, thanks, Jay. John, hit that hole, baby. Yeah!
Well, I was on a bike ride and saw some elderly people outside in their yard. I'm like, what is this game? And it was almost like tennis, but it ended up being pickleball, and it's really fun. And it's just a great way to be outside.
Yeah, I was lifting with my friend, and we came down and we saw people playing pickleball, and we was just like, hey, let's try it. And then just got into it and been into it ever since.
I got started by, I was like sitting down and I saw people playing pickleball. It seemed like weird because I don't like tennis that much. And it felt like tennis. I was like, why not try it? So I tried with my friend. And we played it by our own rules, and it was so fun. It was good cardio. We were sweating, and it was actually a fun way to actually like run around instead of just like sitting down playing basketball because we just shoot around. But here we actually like make it competitive, and it's a good way to just have fun with ourselves.
You're constantly moving, plus you're hitting it, you're hitting the ball, and it's really just a great overall exercising game, in my opinion.
But here you can do whatever you want, and you can just like you can take a break whenever, you can get back out there, and you actually want to move here.
Yes, ma'am, I believe it. Getting outside is also number one thing. Got that vitamin D and getting active. World.
Yeah, definitely. The cardio helps too. It helps strengthen your heart.
Started out with like one court here, and now if you look around, it's all like there's 10 courts here. They built them all. There's now several companies. You know, there's a big sport world there now, so it's pretty interesting.
It's a huge game. I mean, like it's everywhere. Like you said, everywhere you look, you can probably find, like any park you go to, you can find a pickleball court because it's just that big of a game.
A division of Johnson & Johnson has stopped developing its vaccine for RSV. Johnson and J&J of the pharmaceutical division announced it is scraping its vaccine for the common respiratory infection. The vaccination for respiratory syncytial virus was ready to move to late stage clinical trials. The medicine was being tested to see if it could prevent the potentially serious RSV disease in adults over the age of 60. More than 27,000 patients were set to take part in the stage 3 clinical trial in the U.S. and in other countries. The company says it stopped the trial to refocus its portfolio and after an assessment of the RSV vaccine landscape. Hey Brandon, DFW has a lot to be excited about this weekend. Personally, I am looking forward to the Taylor Swift concert. What about you?
As excited as I am for Taylor Swift, it's a big day for North Texas sports as well. Find out what big events are happening this weekend after the break.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my prince.
Não so fast.
This story's going to be awesome.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
Welcome back to ntTV at noon. I'm Brendan O'Donnell, and today's going to be one of the biggest days for sports in North Texas. Today's opening day for the MLB. This season should have an exciting new feel to it because during the offseason, the Joint Competition Committee implemented 3 new rule changes, the biggest change being the addition of a pitch clock. Games should be faster paced and higher scoring if all goes to plan. Is this year finally the year that Rangers fans can stop living in the Astros' shadow? They added 2-time Cy Young winner Jacob deGrom, along with Nathan Eovaldi and Andrew Heaney. Today is a big day to prove their offseason additions have them going in the right direction because the Rangers face off against last year's World Series runner-up, the Phillies. Make sure to watch at 3:05 p.m. today and take yourself, your friends, your family out to a ball game this season. Today, the Mean Green men's basketball team is trying to win the NIT championship tonight against UAB. A year ago, ntTV's own Armando Berry told the story of an athlete on the women's team who battled to be a champion in life. Let's take a look.
The Super Pit is the home of UNT basketball, but there's one athlete that you haven't seen hit the court just yet. Her name is Jocelyn Hartfield. A year ago, I told her story of triumph over what was supposed to be a career-ending injury in high school, but today, we catch up to see what she's got going on with the Mean Green. Jocelyn, it has been a year since we last spoke about your journey. You're now on the end of your freshman year in college. What's been going on?
It's definitely been a journey, I will say that. College has been fun for me, especially just coming in and, just being around a great group of girls, great group of teammates, meeting a lot of people on campus as well. We got here around June, tried to do a little bit of working out, but that was not in my favor. Went to see a couple doctors, got a couple injections. Surgery on my left knee about 3 months ago. So I've been going through that process. Like I said, just a lot of rehab, a lot of trying to get myself mentally back right. So when I do get back on the court, then I'll be, great.
What do you like to do with your free time?
Of course, I just love hanging out with my teammates. We usually go out to Dallas and, walk around, see a lot, take pictures, just have fun with each other.
What about things on campus? What have you been involved with?
I was involved with this thing called BSE, the Black Student Experience, and that was really, really fun for me. I got to meet a lot of people, my mentors, and Amari and Dominique.
What has it been like to experience the injury that you have this year and having to sit out again?
I would say it was definitely kind of just like a blast in the past for sure. Mentally, I took it really, really rough. For my ATV, I was out for 8 months, and now this time it's 9, 10 months.
You were told from the first accident that you had that you were never going to play again, and then you did, and you're here now. What is that experience? How has that experience better prepared you for what you have gone through now with a longer rehab process and having to prevent being on the college floor even more?
Yes. I think if I didn't go through that, I 100% would not even try to get myself back out there because when I'm telling you, going through this knee injury, it was so many ups and downs. One day, I'd be great. It's oh, you're getting back on track, you're about to get back on the court. Probably a week later, it's nah, there's absolutely no way.
I see, your team celebrating wins and having those exciting moments that come with every season. Going through these injuries that you have, how has that made you cherish those moments more now?
I think for me, my biggest thing this season was just support. My thing was, it's not you, but it's the next person. So in these times, always be happy for the next person, support that person, whatever they need, if they need to talk, you're that person for them.
Still a lot of life to live here at UNT. What are some of the things for the future that you're thinking about? What's next in Jocelyn's journey?
There could be a lot. I kind of want to keep growing. Also, being able to inspire other kids, that's also really important to me. So if they see that and then they see me now, it's wow, we can really just do anything we want to put our minds to.
From the Super Pit, Armando Berry, ntTV Sports.
Thank you to Jacqueline for letting us catch up with her, and we're ready to see you back on that court. That's it for your look at sports. Back to you, April, at the desk with some new friends.
Thanks, Brandon. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that was such an inspirational story.
Yeah, I agree, definitely.
For sure, it's a great way to get us pumped up for tonight's NIT finals, y'all, so y'all better be there.
I agree. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here on North Texas Television.